Well, we ask for ship visits. Ship visits are granted. I have been in command of United States Indo-Pacific Command since May. I asked for USS Savannah to visit. I'm delighted to see USS Savannah over my left shoulder, and we're moving forward right now with a great relationship. We've had 27 ship visits since 2007, and in the last year we are, in many cases, one of the leading nations for contributions for development through the United States Agency for International Development, one of the leading nations for contributions for demining. We want that relationship to stand on its own. It's not for countering anything. It's a people-to-people relationship, and it's a relationship that stands on its own merits, irrespective of any other actor that's here in the region. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is Sonita from Green Coast. We are independent media in Cambodia.
Honored to meet you.
Yeah, so to follow up your question, your answers about fostering a relationship between the U.S. and Cambodia. So despite the strong relationship with China, like how do you plan like to build a partnership with Cambodia while respecting existing alliance and maybe any bilateral ties between U.S. and Cambodia in terms of regional security and cooperation? Also, maybe just another question is like, what is the did you request to dock here, or is it for China exclusively?
We think there are opportunities for bilateral activities in training and capacity building for both countries in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, in military medicine, in training and capacity building for peacekeeping operations, in unexploded ordnance clearance, in mine clearance and sharing technical information, in international military education and training. And we believe that both nations are enriched when we share information, when we share training. It starts with the people-to-people ties, one-on-one. That promotes understanding. It then begins with technical sharing of capacity building, and it's a mutual understanding from one to one, and it builds as you move there. It always begins with relationships. It then moves on with sharing ideas, and then it moves on to building out equipment. And for our visit here, this is a great port as we're visiting here, and we'll see if we can build out to more port visits in other locations as we know more about the other locations. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Spencer J. I'm from Vietnam newspaper. I have two questions. My first question is about your meeting with Prime Minister Bundanet and other senior Navy officials. So during your meeting with them, were there any discussion about strengthening maritime security cooperation between the two nations? And if so, what specific area of cooperation were highlighted? And do you want to see the resolution of the joint military exercise between the two nations after a year of suspension? And my second question is about this visit. Did you actually request for docking the ship at Korean naval base rather than this Sendomil autonomous port?
Thank you. Thank you. We did talk about expanding our cooperation for maritime domain awareness, for capacity building and countering illicit trafficking, and we agreed to explore ways that we can share information on understanding the maritime domain and understanding how we can share information for real-time information sharing. From the very start, we also talked about expanding our exercise programs and maybe returning to some of the exercises we used to do in the past, particularly air exercises and the Anchor series. And we're going to enter into serious talks. And they were serious discussions which we did. And no, my request was always here to come into port here, and they were very graciously granted here by Cambodia.
Thank you.
Thank
Thought
you.
VOA had a hand.
Good evening, Mr. Admiral. My name is Samuel. I'm from VOA. My question is that what do you think about Cambodia's role in maintaining peace in maritime of the Indo-Pacific, given the tensions in the South China Sea? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first is that Cambodia is a maritime nation, and Cambodia has its own territorial seas, and Cambodia has an exclusive economic zone in which it has sovereign rights. And so inherently, Cambodia has a role in maritime security in the South China Sea, just as any maritime nation does. And so Cambodia certainly does have a role in upholding those rules for its own sovereignty. Cambodia is a member of ASEAN. The policy of the United States for the Indo-Pacific is ASEAN centrality, which is a respect for ASEAN as an international organization, and so inherently that is the case as well. And any way that the United States can cooperate with Cambodia through the prism of Cambodia's sovereignty, we think overall contributes to maritime security in these global commons, such as the South China Sea. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think we have time for one more question. So Cambodian is please.
Hi. Thank you.
My name is Rosie. I'm from Cambodia, so I'm gonna have a quick questions for you. Okay. So how does this visit compare to the previous one, given that it is the first time in 8 years that you come back here? And the second question is, how does this visit impact the regional security dynamics, particularly concerning China?
Well, I'm very proud of this ship visit. Ambassador Patrick Murphy and I were talking in 2022 in my previous role as the commander of the United States Pacific Fleet, and we shook hands on setting as a goal of having a ship visit Cambodia. So it is a dream realized. It is a first step towards greater cooperation in building out the relationship across all of the military-to-military steps. So I think it's a step in a 75-year relationship towards greater cooperation between two nations that have been longtime friends. And as I said earlier, I don't think of it in terms of competition. I think of it writ large as just an act of friendship between two equal partners that have a long-term relationship. It's been a while since we've had a ship visit, but there is a long history of ship visits. We have refreshed the relationship, and we will be doing more, and we're very excited to have achieved another one, and I think that comes with a firm pledge that we're going to keep going. Thank you very much, Rosie.
Sir, would you be willing to take one more?
I most certainly would.
I'd like to give this opportunity to Phnom Penh Post.
I think we should work together and lay out what those milestones are. I think working together for a series of exercises that build capacity. I think building out technical steps that enhance our abilities in military mining, in peacekeeping operations. And I think when you ask me what do I expect, I think we should build out a set of mutual expectations between our two militaries that are mutually agreed upon based on mutual interests at a planning level between one-on-one. And I think that this is best done at the commander level between commanders, and I think that they extend over air, land, and sea. Today I had the honor to meet the commanders of all of the services. You know, I am the Joint Commander for United States Indo-Pacific Command of Army, Navy, Air Force commands, and I see opportunities in air, land, sea for us to be cooperating. I see refreshing many of the exercises that we've done in the past. Anchor Sentinel, I see Pacific Angel, I see opportunities in maritime security operations. We see opportunities in peacekeeping operations. We see opportunities in international military education and training. And in fact, just last week, we had Cambodian senior officers at the Asia Pacific Center for Security Studies, which we have never interrupted. And I think we build a set of a roadmap of an exercise program that's mutually agreed upon based on the principles of equality, based on the principles of sovereignty, and based on mutual interest. And I think the future is very exciting. Thank you.